Welcome, family. I got apples from my neighbor's apple tree, so we're gonna make apple pie with my own twist, of course. So grab you a cup of coffee. Come join me. And I just wanted to say, I want to thank you for all your prayers. Doctor put me on 3 medications to really kick this out, whatever has been in me. And first day was yesterday of taking all these meds, but man, today I just feel so much better, so much more energy. I can breathe better. Thanks for the prayers. Okay, we're gonna start with the apples here. I cut them all up, peeled them and cut them up, and I had them soaking in lemon water with lemon juice in it so they don't turn brown. They still turned a little brown, but yeah, these are fresh apples off the tree. I actually went over there and picked them like 3 days ago. So yeah, it was really nice of her to, she's got 2 nice trees. I don't know what kind of apple they are, but so I'm gonna put these in here. But first I want to wait to mix that up because I want to get my pie crust going. So I'm gonna get a different bowl. Okay. First thing we're gonna do is get the pie crust made. And I'm just using a Betty Crocker tried and true recipe. And I am going to double the recipe, or maybe even more. I think I'm going to triple it because I also want to make a banana cream pie for my husband. So, but this video will be about the apple pie, because I am just going to make a crust and put banana cream pudding. No biggie. So we're going to start with I'm going to double the recipe, so I'm going to put 4 cups of flour, just all-purpose flour. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt to this. I don't know if I'm going to add the full 2 teaspoons, but we'll see. I don't think I'm adding a full teaspoon here, but 2 teaspoons. I don't try to cut down on the salt as any place that I can. Okay. Yeah, I got, my neighbor called and said that the apples are starting to fall off her tree, so she said come over and get some. So I went over there and got them. Really good apples. I don't know what kind they are, but so then I cut those up and soaked them in lemon juice. So now I'm going to add, and I just bought butter flavored Crisco, which is what I like to use for my pie crust. And I'm going to use, I want 2/3 cups. So I got to cut this here. 2/3 cup plus 2 tablespoons. So and I want, just going to cut up, pick it off in pieces here. I had it in the fridge all morning, so it's cold. And it would be best to actually, you know, to keep the dough in the fridge. But, I mean, like, at this stage, if I put it, you know, before I add the water, put it in the fridge so it's cold. Okay, I have to add another one of these. Okay, where's my 2/3 cup here? Well, I gotta.
Where's your apron?
I got my apron. I know. My shirt just became an apron, so I have to put my apron on. Yeah, I gotta wear the apron. I always forget. Oh well.
I think you should just put on an apron in the morning when you get dressed.
I
You
should.
leave it on all day long.
I should, 'cause I go through so many clothes. Yeah, he knows me. Put the apron on when I wake up. Now we went to town. What was it? Well, it was the day I went to the doctor. We went to town Friday and stopped at the Dairy Queen. And of course, you know, gotta get a pup cup. But I had to have a cheeseburger and a Blizzard. And, well, no, I didn't have to have one. I wanted one. It's a big difference. Anyway, I had a beautiful white shirt on, right? Well, by the time we got home, there was mustard and ketchup. I mean, all over the front of my shirt. It was just... I have to have stain remover here in this house. And like he said, I really need to wear an apron all the time. So, anyways, we got the 2/3 cup. And I need another 2/3 cup because I'm doubling the recipe. I gotta pay attention here too. My husband gets me sidetracked so easily. All he has to do is just talk to me. And I'm sidetracked. But I have to stay on subject here. Okay. Yep. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad I have gloves on. Can you imagine? I remember doing this without gloves. It was just... Oh. Okay. Now, I need an extra... It says an extra 2 tablespoons. But actually I want 4, so... So, basically, it's this much. I'm not going to get too worried about just a little smidgen. Okay, just going to kind of mix it with my hands for a minute here. Gonna give it a quick mix. There we go. Don't want to touch it too much, you know, just don't want it to get warm. That's, you want to, Now I'm going to add, I'm going to get new gloves. Okay. This is nice now. I also want to add just a could say a smidgen. I think there's a smidgen on this. There is a smidgen. But I want to add more than a smidgen. I'm just going to do this. Just a little bit of cinnamon. Just to the crust, just a little flavoring. Okay, now I got really cold water here. I want to add, start out with 4 tablespoons of water. Well, that was for, I doubled it, so let's start with 8. Okay, we're just going to start there. I just want it until it just holds together. I don't want it too wet. I don't want it too dry. Just a little sprinkle at a time. This looks good right here. It's forming into a nice ball without too much falling apart. Yeah. Okay, now I got my flour here. Make sure my rolling pin is floured. And I'm just going to start to roll that out. And yeah, you know, it's not going to be perfect, but it's still going to taste good. Let's see what we got here. This here, move that. Okay, I've got to move the phone's gonna move a little bit here. Okay, I'm gonna have to pinch that together. Add. It's nice when it's like Play-Doh. You can get a lot of stuff fixed on it. There, this is the bottom part. Yeah. Okay. Set that aside. And some more here. There we go. We're going to do this again, folks. It's good exercise, too. Oh. Okay, now we're going to move, we're going to leave that aside. I'm going to move this over a little bit. Now I'm going to add this. I got my apples, and it's about 8 cups, I would say, about eight apples, so it'll work. So I want to add about a quarter cup of flour to that. Okay, and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Just a little more. And about a half teaspoon of nutmeg. Oh, it's a new one. Look at this. Brand new, but look at it, it's half full. Why don't they just make smaller containers? So at least you think you're getting a full one. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Half a teaspoon of nutmeg. There we go. And it calls for an eighth a teaspoon of salt, which I discovered that an eighth a teaspoon is actually a dash. So we're going to add a dash of salt, which is also an eighth a teaspoon. I love these. I love these, my friend. They're so fun. They're like, you know, a toy. They're like toys to a cook. You have to have toys in the kitchen, right? So I'm just going to kind of mix this up. Now it calls for a third a cup of sugar, third to a half a cup of sugar. But I'm going to change it out. And I have some of that maple syrup caramel sauce that I made. And I'm going to add a little more caramel to it. And I am going to, I'm going to add that instead of the sugar. So it'll be like carameled apple pie, I guess. I don't know if it'll work. We'll see. But sugar is sugar, right? The regular sugar will melt into it. So I'm going to add some of this. That's what I had left, so why not use it up? Right? It's all fun. And I had the toasted pecans left, so let's add some of those. Why not, right? Let's have some yummy, yummy, yummy pie. It smells good. Smells really good. Okay, the oven's on 425. Okay, now we're going to put the pie filling in the pie here. The scrumptious, scrumptious filling. I can really smell the nutmeg. Okay. I want to get it away from the edges here. All right, set this aside. I want to grab this, scoot this under here. This is the fun part, folks. And, oh boy, okay. We can do this. Where's my knife here? I'm going to get my scissors out. Let's give it a trim. Tuck it in like this. And it's okay if it's got some cracks in it, because it needs some needs some air's escape anyway. So don't freak out about that, because this is a homemade pie and this is not a contest. It's not a fair project or nothing. So now I'm just going to get you in. Oh, okay. I'm going to pinch it. And I forgot to put butter in it, but that's okay. I'm not tearing it apart. Having the maple syrup and the caramel in it will probably be enough. Oh, excuse me. All right. Now I just want to this is where I get perfectionist going. Okay, now I'm going to set this in the fridge a little bit just to get the dough cold so it gets more flaky. Okay, now I don't want to waste this, so I'm just going to put this in here like this. And I am going to put some cinnamon on this. And I'm going to put a little bit of sugar on it. And that's going to go in the fridge too. I'm also going to add some sugar to the top of this. And some cinnamon. And that's going back in the fridge. Now I'm going to give that about, I don't know, half an hour to 45 minutes in the fridge. Okay, this has been in the fridge for about 45 minutes. So now I'm going to put it in the oven for about 45-50 minutes. But I'm going to do is I'm going to add some foil carefully, and then I will take this off the last 15 minutes so that our crust doesn't get too burnt. So yeah, but in about 30 minutes I will take the foil off of it. So I'm going to get that in the oven carefully. And I'm going to put this in the oven for my husband's banana. And then I'm going to bake this to about maybe 15 minutes. These little goodness pieces are done, so I'm gonna let them cool so I can eat some. We're gonna take off the foil and we're gonna put this back in for another 15 minutes. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, it's not quite done yet, so I'm going to slightly cover it. Put it back in, because the apples still need a little more cooking, so don't want that crust to burn. That should be good. And that poke a little hole in the tin foil too, so steam can come out of that. Now we'll let that cook a little longer. Look at that scrumptious pie. I gotta let it cool, and then it'll be eating time. Thank you for joining me today for apple pie with caramel maple pecan sauce in it. Oh, yum. I'm not going to cut into it because it's still hot. I want it to cool down. And I bought Cool Whip for the top of it. So I really appreciate all my subscribers and anybody that comes by my channel. I want to say hello and go ahead and subscribe and join our family. And we have new family members. Welcome, welcome. So we'll see you next time for something different. And remember, stay busy and serve others. Bye for now.